Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, we're going to be discussing the 1976 film, The Assault on Precinct 13. Now, of course, I know there was a 2005 remake of the same film, which was much longer and more extensive than this film is. But I never saw the remake because I wanted to see the original one first. So I don't know if I'm ever going to see the remake because I frankly don't. After seeing the original, I don't want to think I want to see the remake. And get into that. Of course, the original, which came out in 1976, it was at a time, I think it was like towards the end of the era where you had this more realistic style films. Like Towering Inferno, you had Taking Up Pelham 1, 2, 3. And of course, you had Death Wish and French Connect, where you had these more realistic style films. And The Assault on Precinct 13 was at the very end of it. Because this movie was extremely short. It's like only about 90 minutes. And it feels like longer than that. I mean, it was extremely fast film for an hour and a half movie. But also there were times, especially in the first half hour, 45 minutes until the siege starts, when the assault starts, that the film was so slow. I said, I can't believe this movie's an hour and a half and you didn't see the siege yet. So it was very, very extremely slow in the beginning. Of course, I should mention who was in this movie. And I think two actors who appeared in a couple of years later in the first Halloween movie, Charles Cyphers and I think it was like Laurie. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank on the name because it's a very busy week for me, so I don't know how many reviews I'm going to do this week. But the one who played the brunette in the first Halloween movie, I guess killed by Michael Myers, the brunette, the actress's name, they both star in this movie, so it's kind of funny that they star in two movies in the 70s that not those they call cult classics, really. And this movie, of course, stars a lieutenant who goes to supervise the emptying out of an abandoned police station. Because the police station was going to be shut down and the police precinct was going to be moved to a brand new building. And meanwhile, when that was going on, I figured, okay, that's pretty boring crap. Well, there were about like 3 prisoners who, one is on death row. Another one who was played by Tony Byrne, who was mentioned for all you Rocky fans out there. The one that plays Apollo Creed's trainer and then eventually Rocky's trainer was also in this film. Played another prisoner. And you had this other guy who was the third prisoner who was sick. And they were being followed by Charles Cyphers, the sheriff in Halloween. And also he played the GM in the first Major League movie. So he plays the state trooper whose job was to help escort these 3 prisoners to the precinct to be transferred to another prison. And meanwhile, while all that stuff was going on, in the very beginning of the film, I should mention the very beginning sequence of the film, is when the police did a raid on these gang leaders, on this particular gang, and it killed 6 gang members. 6 gang members. G-A-N-G, not gang members, gang members. And so in our revenge, these other groups, this group of gang, I don't know if it's the same gang or another gang, wanted to take revenge on the cops. So for some stupid reason, at least in the original movie, instead of going to the new precinct, this makes sense. These guys go into the old abandoned building and shoot it up. And they only had like maybe 2 secretaries, this lieutenant, another cop. You had 3 cops were escorting the prisoners, plus the 3 prisoners. That's all you have, and in this building, that's it. I mean, it's like maybe six or 7 people, and this gang shot up the other cop that was in the building along with this lieutenant. So the lieutenant was the only cop that was alive. They killed 2 secretaries. They killed one of the prisoners, the Tony Bourne character. They also killed the 3 cops escorting the prisoners. So the only ones that are, still alive was one of the 2 secretaries, this lieutenant that was there to supervise the cleanup of the emptying out of this abandoned precinct, and the guy that was on death row. Death row, I should mention the sick one, the sick prisoner, which couldn't do anything. He was very sick, was always coughing, and those are the only ones who were still alive. So you really have 3, because the other one was pretty incapacitated with whatever illness the guy had, which wasn't really made clear. And that's about it. I mean, you just have one season after the other. You had the gang trying to set it up in a way that nobody knows what the hell is going on. So all the bodies was outside the abandoned precinct, plus ones that were able to reach in and get out dead people. So that in case of somebody reports the shootings, what's going on, and the cops check it out, they won't know what's going on. So I figured these guys are pretty smart. For a gang, these guys are pretty smart. And another thing that they should mention, they're all using silencers. So you hear, the sound effect of the silencers, and or a gun that has a silencer on that sound effect, sound effect. And it's like, oh, how come nobody's hearing and even the secretary say, how come nobody's hearing the shots? He said, well, that's because they're using silencers. That's why. So no one would know what's going on. And eventually they found out. Eventually, it takes so long for the cops to figure out what the hell is going on. I mean, they did get reports of somebody with firecrackers or something, and so they go check it out, and they found nothing. There's nothing unusual going on. And then they get eventually they get fired on, and they said, oh shit, we're getting fired up, we're getting effed up here. So, and they eventually do make it out. They killed all the gang members at the end of the film. Spoiler for those who didn't see the movie. And I thought that for a movie that's kind of like a cult classic, I thought this movie was pretty crappy. Personally, I thought it was boring. The characters were boring. I mean, you do care about the 2 prisoners who are helping the cop out. They were interesting characters, but you didn't care about the cop. I mean, in a movie like this, usually the cop. It was a black cop. They're usually the ones that get it first. That didn't happen in this thing. I thought this movie was so dull. I thought it was dull. I thought it was boring. Because I've seen other siege movies like Night of the Living Dead or Die Hard, but those movies were handled better than this thing was. I mean, I thought this movie was boring as shit. I mean, it was boring. That's why I don't think we're interested in seeing the remake, because the remake is exactly like this thing is. Naturally, of course, I don't want to see it. I mean, it was going to be the same damn thing. I wouldn't bother watching it if it's going to be the same thing. But that's how I feel about Assault Precinct 13. I know it's October, and they should be reviewing horror movies, and maybe, God willing, I'll really have time to see some horror films and do reviews for you guys. But and right now, I'm extremely busy this week. I should mention, I'm waiting for the board of directors for my co-op. So, I'm not going to do a video on that because it's going to be something else I don't want it to be. And so I'm not going to do that. But right now, I'm going to have somebody, I'm not going to do that stuff. But for the time being, discussing this movie, and this movie is not that great. It's not that great. I think it's horrible. I think it's a horrible movie. Like I said earlier, the only two interesting characters were the two prisoners that were alive. The Tony Burns character gets killed off, and the guy who was like on death row saves the day. It was his idea to, to set up a trap to trap these the gang, this gang that was coming to kill everybody. I thought that was a pretty interesting bit how they, even though these two guys were prisoners, they were willing to help save their own asses. And because they didn't have anything to lose, really, especially the guy in death row, he has nothing left to lose. So because he was scheduled to get killed anyway, so we figured, what the hell, help out anyway. But I thought that the premise wasn't that great. That's why I didn't really care for this film. And so that's my review of Assault of Precinct 13. Please click on the video. Please rate it. Feel free to sorry, you can't comment anymore. Thanks to the drunken idiot in my car, you can't make comments anymore. So please rate the video. Please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video to your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews and on my YouTube channel at rowdyc.com. It's OWDY and then C.com. On the homepage of Rowdy Reviewer, Christy Moore. And please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.